So far as I know, yeah, so far.
How does that change, if at all, the way you look at rotations because you had so many guys play usually longer minutes than they normally do because of the overtime?
You might take them out a minute or two earlier than usual. You may play an extra body here or there, but these guys are, however many games, 15 games we're in now. We're into the rhythm of the season, and I think that people are used to playing back to back and having a lot on their plate right by now.
What's the minutes look like for Gordon Hayward with it being a back-to-back?
There's no restriction.
Utah played about as well as it probably could offensively against you in Salt Lake.
They were great.
What did they do well in your mind when you reviewed that game?
Everything. They put on a clinic. And I thought, as a coach of the other team, you're looking at all the things you did wrong, but it'd be wrong for me to talk about that because that's how good they were offensively and how connected they were. They were making every right read, every right play. They were playing very free and easy and together, and it was beautiful basketball to watch.
I'll ask you then, what are the things you need to do better or that you thought you did wrong?
Everything.
Right, what adjustments do guys like Jason and Donovan have to make the second time through the league now that teams have had a summer to kind of study?
Jason and Mitchell.
Donovan. Like to study after getting a summer to kind of study what they did so well last year as rookies.
I don't know if it's as much about them adjusting as recognizing that everybody's adjusting to them. I think that's just part of it. Great is great for a reason, and when everybody's going after you every single night, that's tough. And both these guys have shown the mettle to handle that, and shown one heck of a level of play for their ages.
Do you feel that Jason has sort of done that the last couple of games, last 3 games, let's say?
Jason's done what? I'm sorry.
Made that adjustment. We noticed.
I think he's always been able to. I mean, even when he had his struggles last year, he came out of them. Everybody talks about a rookie wall or whatever the case may be, and he hit it for a little bit, but then at the end of the year, he's playing his best basketball, and so he'll come out of any funk because he's a really good player and he's smart, he's savvy, he knows that he needs to improve, he knows what he needs to work on, and he works on it. From everything I gather from watching Donovan from afar, that would be the same.
Rim shots are up pretty universally across the league right now. Yours are not. Does that make a larger urgency for you on that area?
We've been a lot better in the last couple games, but Utah's not going to trick us into shooting it over that guy at the rim. We did that too often last game, and he's a game changer at the rim. You got to make the right reads around him.
Brad, you talked about here a couple of times about how you envision using Gordon as a point guard with the second unit. What kind of possibilities does that open up for you guys?
Well, I mean, I think we got a lot of guys that can handle the ball, but I think he's used to that. He's used to playing in the pick and roll at the top of the key. He's used to entering offense and those type of things. And I think when you watch, first of all, when you watch Utah play and they have Ingles and Mitchell and Rubio, they just rotate those guys and do it. And Gordon, that's the way they played with Gordon. And so, like yesterday, it allowed us to get Kyrie off the ball to get him with a live dribble. It allows us to run different actions where we can set Kyrie up off of action, or Terry. And I think that that's important to be able to do that with your guys that aren't necessarily considered point guards.
He said after the game he was a little surprised you kept him in for overtime. Was that important for him to kind of, do you think that was important? Did you want to get him, keep him out there, get him that long run stretch?
I wasn't even thinking about it. I was told he's not on a minutes restriction, so I just played who I thought gave us the best chance of winning that given game on that given night. And I didn't realize that he had gotten to 39 minutes, obviously with an overtime game, but basically not changing the lineup the whole overtime. Everybody got up there in minutes, but I didn't even think about it because I've been told that I don't need to think about it anymore.
Was last night the first time that you've been told that you didn't need to worry about it anymore?
No, we went Portland game, so I think we played Phoenix, Utah back-to-back, and that was the last 25-minute game. Now he's going to have games where he plays 25 again, but at the end of the day, not restricted, which is good. I mean, it shows that the whole idea of a minutes restriction is to get yourself back to the point where you physically can handle the demands of this season and do so without taking steps back. And so this is the encouraging part, is it was really handled well by our training staff and by him, as frustrating as it may have been for him.
How much does that help you in terms of game plan to know that you don't have this cap of minutes that you can play him now?
I mean, it's you game plan for whatever you have. So like before you knew it and you were able to game plan for it. Now, obviously you have a little bit more flexibility, but yeah, I mean it's not an ideal situation, but you know, in the NBA that happens all the time. And like in playoffs, we had, you know, Jalen was on one for a lot of the Philly series, and multiple other guys went through them as Smart came back. So like, it's just part of it.
Right. When Kyrie's going on his kind of zone, he's dribbling the ball and he's kind of ISO. How do you expect the other guys to react? Do they get under the basket? What do they do when they know?
No, they just have to play off of him. I thought they did a really good job yesterday. You know, first of all, I thought there were times where he could bring it down, and then they upped the heat a little bit, and we had to enter to him instead of him bringing it down. But then you space and you react appropriately to his drive. And when he shoots it, you know, the right guys have to go to the glass and the right guys have to get back. And when he doesn't, you've reacted to the drive like Gordon did on the cut when he got fouled, and like Al did when he got the kick out. I mean, you're not going to get it every time. But, you know, one of the things about Kyrie since he's been here is I really feel like, you know, he makes the right play, and you better be ready to receive it, because he can really pass the ball. Last night was one of those nights where he really got it going, and you know, everybody should, you know, do everything they can to position themselves to be there if he needs them. But you know, if they can watch the ball go in the net, that's okay too.